Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be making an American Chinese classic dish, chopped suey. However, I'm not going to be using pork product tonight, I'm using imitation crab. So, as usual, like and subscribe to my page, set on alerts. I'm going to be cooking as much as possible. And then of course, I always welcome comments for other recipe ideas. And tonight, I'm sticking to the rosé. Last time I did shots, I got a little messed up. Hopefully it won't show tonight. Cheers! The ingredients tonight will be composed of dry rosé from California. Brand is Boda Box. You have to try it. It's at most liquor stores. Alright, for the sauce, it's going to be some cornstarch, soy sauce, cold water, teaspoon of sugar. Then you have your garlic, onions, celery, green onions. The protein tonight is going to be the classic crab, or crab classic, imitation crab. You can find that in the refrigeration section of the seafood aisle. Alright. Normally I'd be doing sake shots, but that's been messing me up a lot. You can use varieties of vegetable, alright, such as bean sprouts, broccoli, baby corn, enoki mushrooms if you can find it, Whittier mushroom, hello again, and then butter for stir frying. Am I going to do that snap finger shit? No, because most of it is ready. So this is a pretty easy recipe. Let's get started. Now this dish is versatile. You can serve this over pasta, noodles, plain white rice, brown rice, whatever you see fit and healthy. So enjoy. Oh, and almost forgot. Don't forget to take a sip of your rosé. So I had a moment of brilliance. I decided to cut onions before my next take. So you take a look closely and my eyes are friggin' bloodshot. But I still didn't forget to take a sip of my rosé. Now that everything's chopped up, everything should be good to go. You have your sliced celery, sliced onions, they made me cry. Chopped fresh garlic, Whittier mushrooms, they're pretty good size as it is. Same thing with the baby corn, bean sprouts, broccoli, and of course I prefer the chunk style imitation crab meat. It just, texture wise, it stays together. You'll see it towards the end. Alright, in the meantime, we can also mix our sauce, which is, again, soy sauce. Any preference is good. Alright, about 2 teaspoons there. And I totally forgot that I had to use 2 hands to open the cornstarch. Let's see how I can do this. Nope. We're going to take a short break. And we're back from that short break. Magically, the cornstarch container opened itself. Use 2 scoops of this. So 2 teaspoons should work. This is going to go in towards the end. That's part of the sauce. That should work. Alright. And then, of course, I use 1 teaspoon of sugar. So, mix it in there. And then we'll mix it. Just get all the clumps out as usual. This is the flavor. Hopefully it doesn't spill. I decided to put it on uneven cutting board. Great. Brilliance again. Alright, that should be good. So this dish itself is a 2-step process. For me, I prefer to cook the certain vegetables first to replace the rice and pasta. Trying to watch my figure. As I'm doing all these cooking videos, I do love to eat and don't want to get around. But I'm going to first briefly stir fry the broccoli and the bean sprouts along with the enoki mushrooms and the baby corn. Alright, so let's get started on that. Oh, and I almost forgot. Don't forget to take a sip of your rosé. So the important thing about using a wok is that you keep it oiled, otherwise it's going to rust. So I'm going to bring this up to about a medium. I know at the Chinese restaurants they keep it like piping hot and flames flying everywhere. I don't have that capability, so let's get going. First, I want to get the butter. One more. It's really important that you actually use two hands for this, but I don't have that luxury, so I'm going to use one hand while I record everything. Alright, just move that around. Alright, don't want to burn the butter. Alright. Put that in. Alright. Get that started to cook. I'll start adding the onions. Also celery. This is really difficult. One hand. Okay, I really suck at this. What's that term? Ambidextrous? Not happening tonight. But it does smell good. Alright. And make sure the onions are in there, cut real nice. Oops. Forgot I don't have that big flame going on. Turn that up a little. Move that away. Don't want to burn down the house. So this is generally going to be my bed of vegetables. Now I really wish I had two hands to do this with. Hopefully I don't get seasick from holding this camera like that. Alright. Alright. I'm going to lid this. Now, once you lid it, it should be done in about a minute. I wouldn't go over that, otherwise the vegetables will overcook. Alright, so let's take a look at this and see how we're coming along. Oh. Another sip of rosé. Alright, so this should be ready now. As you can see, has a nice char to it. Give a little bit more of a stir. Yep, this is ready. Let's see if I can do this without killing myself. Alright, not happening. Kill the heat. Just gonna throw the bed of vegetables right there. Oh yeah. Again, I'm doing this with one hand, so you'll have to bear with me. Pray to God I don't break the bowl. Alright, The next part is we're going to be at stage 2, which is where we stir fry the imitation crab meat, baby corn, Whittier mushroom, enoki mushroom, and then the rest of the ingredients, which will make the sauce, and then we should be ready to serve by that point. Alright? Alright, I'm back, and we're going to take another sip of my rosé. You may not notice this, but my wok is smoking like crazy, and it's probably going to set off the fire alarm. So be aware of that, and let's turn that down a little bit. So now that the wok is hot enough to start the next steps, we're going to melt some butter. Turn up the heat a little. I'm going to throw the baby corn in there. Get a nice mark on them. Again, if I set off the fire alarm, don't mind it. I'll just mute the video and voice over it. Oh, that looks delicious. Alright, next, the imitation crab meat. Now you notice that I did not add the garlic yet, because again, you do not want to burn the garlic. Gives it too much of a bitter taste. The Whittier mushroom. So fry that up. Give that a swirl. Again, this is not a Chinese restaurant style commercial stove. I'll get that someday once I get enough viewers, but in the meantime, you make what you with what you have, and I'm fine with that. We're almost there. Right now, I'm gonna add the garlic. You hear that popping? Things are almost ready. Enoki mushrooms. This dish itself has a pretty stringy texture if you haven't noticed. You can eat this with chopstick, a fork, a large spoon, whatever your preference is. Alright. Alright, let that heat up for a hot minute. So, while that's heating up, you know what time it is. 1 o'clock. Now that everything looks like it's ready cooked, I'm going to add the final touch, which is the sauce that we pre-mixed earlier. Alright, so that's about a 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, some sugar, and then 2 tablespoons, no more tablespoons of anything. Let's dump that in there. And this is gonna heat up pretty quickly. It'll start getting a nice, like, gelatinous texture And then, of course, I want to add the green onions. And let's start getting that nice saucy texture. Oh, there you go. That's quick. Yep, that's pretty much ready. If it's too thick, you can always add more water, which I actually might do without killing myself. Just a little more water, a little more soy sauce. Alright, everybody has a preference. Nice, beautiful texture. Alright, we're pretty much ready to serve. So I hope you enjoyed this experience. This is how the dish should look like. I like to add a little chili and some sriracha. Mmm. I want to thank everyone that was able to join me tonight with cooking and sipping some rosé. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I think I have it on the right side this time. So like, subscribe, and then activate alerts, hit that bell thingy. And don't forget to leave comments for recipe ideas. I'm always open ears. And I'll see you next time.